Fellow traders, 'tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Wednesday, July the 22nd. The year's 2026. Let's talk trading. Fix yourself. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Always have your risk management in place. That way you don't lose more than you're willing to lose while you are trading. Fix yourself. I get a couple of uh, I guess you call them emails, newsletters, or blurbs or blasts from a couple of different those trading sites or traders out there, and the trading coaches. And the one guy basically keeps saying, you know what, you can't do it by yourself. You have this problem. I have your solution. Pay me money, and you'd rather lose a whole bunch of money than even pay me half of it so I could, fix you so you don't make these mistakes. Well, there's certain people that will do that, and there's other people, people like me, who can think about doing it on my own. Some people pay for convenience. Uh, you know, as you know, I'm into prepping, and some people will go out and spend a couple $100 on a prepared bug out bag. Okay, I bought it, it's done. But you see, that's just step one. There's so much more to it. And whether or not that bag fits that person is a whole different story. And I don't just mean physically fit, but fit what their needs. And so back to trading, it's kind of the same thing, where if you pay attention to yourself, you take that hard look in the mirror, you know what you need to do. Now the question is how to do it. And the how to do it is, one is to pay attention to see, catch yourself in the act, or catch yourself doing it. So for example, I just got out of a trade right before started making this video. And what had happened was, I did a bonehead trade. Let's see, let me see if we can find some chart here. Okay, not this one. Let's look at this one. Yeah, this probably will show it. What had happened was, somewhere around here, I went short. And the reason I went short was I saw it hit the daily open, and I was thinking it would bounce back. But see, I was thinking, what was everything telling me? Everything was telling me that I should be long. In fact, I thought I had that new the new chart up, but everything was telling me that I should be long. One of the things, reason I should be long, was it came down here and price had hit this support floor. Actually, it penetrated it and then started moving up. And then it was right before a new H4 candle. And if you notice, it was breaking out of the upper wick zone of this H4 candle right here. This is daily wick zone, but it was also breaking out of the lower daily wick zone. So there was a whole bunch of things that were telling me to go long, but for some strange reason, I was focused on doing the opposite. And the thing is, I caught myself. Well, that was one. But then what did I do? I started, taking some other shorts to try and average out, which, once again, that was probably something I shouldn't have done. I should have either A, stopped out or stopped and reversed, or hedged it and then looked for the next signal, either long or short. Because I was using, I had this screen up. In fact, I wrote another indicator. Here, let me pause the video and put it on this chart for you. Okay, so here it is. I call it the Garth plot. Here, let me drop this on here so you can see what these indicators I'm using. Now, what I did was, when on my screen, I don't have all of this on there because it's like way too much. But what I added was down here was some signals. And so all I have to do is take the signals and I'd be fine. And as you can see here, blue line means to buy and everything was going up, and red line means to short. Well, like I said, for some strange reason, I saw that daily open and I figured it was going to drop, and it didn't. And so anyway, I just got out of this trade here right around 81. I think it was right here because it came down and then was bouncing. It came down here and went back all the way up here. I added in. Then it came down here. I finally got out right before making the video. But the thing is, I have to fix myself because one of the things that I miss or is I don't look at all the things that I know. I don't I get so focused in on the trade and the position, I forget to, basically push back from the screen and then look at the overall picture. I mean, you can always see hindsight, and this is what you have to learn from. So you see here to here, and then here to here. What's that? That's ranging. And so, and even down here, this is telling me, it's normal right now. There's nothing out of bounds. And we've got a Z score. And if this thing heats up or gets cold, it'll tell me if it's overbought or oversold. And then here, this is the main signal, and this is the directional. So wait for longs. Maybe I should flip these around and it would say, wait for longs, or wait for shorts, or buy short, or rather, buy long, sell short. But so fixing yourself is knowing these things. Now, a lot of people talk about journaling, and if that's something that you do it. If it's something that you don't do, give it a shot. Just try it and see if it works for you. I'm not advocating that, one way or the other. You have to find out what works for you. Personally, I have a bunch of 3x5 cards that I make notes on, and sometimes I can use them as a reminder. Yeah, and I can always use my, put a note here in the my note or put another my note indicator on and write the notes. But sometimes the physical act of holding those 3x5 cards and going through them forces it, because on the screen it's easy to just, it's there, but you're not paying attention. You're not really looking. But if you actually have to pick those cards up, you have them in the hand, you're flipping them over one by one and shuffling the deck, it might stick. So, for example, when I say things, it's like, hey, that looks like a return bar, check for ranging and things like that. In fact, I think I even had that on one of the charts, um, was the things that I do before I start. I think I have that chart somewhere here. Let's see. Drain the banks. FOMO. Money management. Nope, I guess I didn't put it in this profile. But I think you've seen it before, where I basically have all the reminders, check position size, check the which server I'm connected to, make sure my auto trading's turned on. So, I put that up there and I read it because when I switch profiles to go from trading to, testing, or from testing to making videos, I go back to that screen just as a reminder to double check everything. So, part of fixing yourself is having a checklist or procedure manual. Some call And that's a little bit different than your trading plan, but this is more about you, things you do, and that not are not necessarily part of what's going on the chart. Some of it is, some of it isn't. But it's one of those things where you can fix yourself. You don't have to pay somebody else a lot of money. Um, Now, you might want to give me a hard time about the squigglies, but um, that's just part of this. And this is something that they said the hedge fund guys do. And it's funny because I was following it along, and I think my first 4 or 5 trades were all wins this morning because I was pretty much following, what this was saying. If it was overbought or oversold, I would take the chance and do it. If I was getting a buy or sell signal, I was just taking that chance. And that's what it is. It's taking a chance. Do I know the outcome? No, but I hit it. And then for some strange reason, I reverted back. And I guess you could call that a habit. There's certain habits that I have. If price is near the daily high or daily low, I'm a rat. I'm going to look to trade like a rat. Um, Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And it's basically, it almost always works, but it's whether or not I have the discipline to wait. Sometimes I'm a little anxious. You could call it FOMO. But it's like, hey, I see that, but did I go through the steps and look at everything? Because usually I'll get in a trade and then it's like it goes against me. And then I look around, oh, I should have looked at that. Well, you know, one reality is, and I talked about this yesterday about one, have one method. So if your method is using these Garsh signals, then that's it. Forget about the daily open, forget about the wrap, just kind of forget all that stuff. Because if you add it in, then you're going to start second guessing, and then it's going to be this big, long, complicated mess. And you're going to wind up not trading. So this is pretty simple here. It's telling me wait. Basically, I'm waiting on a short right now. And the Z score is negative, so that's why I'm waiting on a short. Now, if that Z score gets real negative, then what it's going to tell me is, hey, you need to go the other way. You need to take that bounce. And it's funny because I was looking at this, and it's 100 period is what this was set to on default. And then I asked the AI a couple of things, and it wanted to change the end period to 24 for M1 scalping. And actually, it looks pretty good when you do that. And I've actually set up a template with all the inputs changed over for that. But, that's one thing that, that I also do is like if something's going on, I will turn and think about changing the code or something, which almost like flipping systems. Same thing. I'm looking outside myself as opposed to, hey, are you following your signals? Are you doing all the steps? So instead of taking time fixing code, tweaking code, adjusting code, I need to take the time to fix me. It's like, hey, what bad habits have you noticed lately? What have you gotten into that you need to stop? You need to replace that habit with a good habit. So, fellow traders, I really hope that gives you something to think about and something to do to improve your trading. Because, as always, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So, go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.